aerial properties and voids and cracks. You would have to think that they could figure out if tunnels were there. Look at this. U.S. Department of Defense. Tunnel detectors ferret out enemy below ground? Is this technology? Look at this. The Rapid Reaction Tunnel Detection System detects the underground void created by tunnels, as well as the sounds of people or objects like electrical or communications cabling inside such tunnels. The system is equipped with ground-penetrating radar using an electromagnetic induction system. This system can be carried by a soldier or used inside a vehicle to scan suspected tunnel areas. This is a Department of Defense article from, I guess, 2017. So the technology exists. Now, IG Conservative says the radar must be in contact with the soil. So I don't know the specifics on this. This talks about, I was thinking about this. This technology, it sounds like you literally have to have somebody there, not like on the ground, which Israel presumably wouldn't do. But again, I don't know. I would not be surprised if Israel had ways of doing this. I don't know the specifics on the technology. I would have to guess that they would have a way of doing it. IDF just posted this. They said, in the last 24 hours, our aircraft struck Hamas aerial defense compounds and a large number of Hamas multi-barrel rocket launchers aimed at Israel. So let me just start this video again. It says, an IDF strike on an operational apartment belonging to Hamas terror operatives. So this is Israel firing on an apartment. I don't know if the people, the Hamas people, alleged Hamas people were in there at the time. So they struck that. This is going to be an IDF strike on a Hamas aerial defense post. I mean, it just shows you they're not just like attacking big facilities. They'll attack like an 8x8 shed if they think it has military use. An IDF strike on an additional Hamas aerial defense post. A Hamas aerial defense situational room. I think part of the reason they put these videos out is to scare people in Hamas and say, look what we can do. On a rocket launching site. Rocket launching site. Rocket launching site. Another rocket launching site. So that just shows you what they're doing. But, I would have to imagine, we were talking about this earlier, but Israel claims they've destroyed most of the Hamas tunnels. But, it's if you're in Gaza and you're trying to launch a rocket or a mortar, I'm guessing you're in your you're above ground, there's probably a decent risk that like a drone will see you. And again, they don't. Israel has air superiority there. They just have these drones circling around. Jay Parco says, looks like the accuracy of those is to the meter. Well, it needs to be pretty accurate if you're firing on a like a 7-foot wide. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be. The explosion is big enough. But I mean, some of these things they're firing at are not that big. And then if you're going to fire it at an apartment, right? You don't want to miss and hit the next building or hit 5 floors below it or something. So. Hang on a second here. You are watching Agenda Free TV. By the way, is there a boom on Reuters? Hold on. I'll turn it on. You're watching Agenda Free TV. This channel, if you've never seen it, we cover live breaking news without an agenda. So if you like live breaking news coverage like this, subscribe, follow the channel. Agenda Free TV. If you do subscribe on YouTube, make sure you click the notifications bell and you choose all notifications. There's a bell there, right here. Here's the channel, bell. Click all. And you can reach me on Twitter at Lookner. Carol sent me a link to a photographer from Gaza. Oh, wow. That's really interesting. Carol sent me a link to MZ Gaza, who's a photographer who I guess is working in Gaza. Hold on. And the photographer has posted some shots of damage, like in Gaza and stuff. So, look at this right here. Sorry, just to show you a sense. Gaza City 3 days ago. So if you want to see any of these photos, go to MZ Gaza. Thank you, Carol. Carol says he's on Instagram and Facebook. Oh, our viewer A. Zyka says he lives north of Gaza. He says more planes are on the way. He can hear planes sometimes heading towards Gaza. Oh, that was about 15 minutes ago. I just saw it right now. Dan the Mango found a couple gas stations called the Temraz Station in Gaza. I was wondering what Temraz Station. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Dan the Mango. Hang on. Just going through a couple things here. Oh, thank you. Stevie Marley, I just saw your messages here. Thank you, Stevie. I just saw that. Sent me a list of some travel warnings and airplane information and updates. Thank you, Stevie. Let me check and see if we have updates. What is this? Is this a new video? I don't know where this is from. News 24/7 says this is an attack, an airstrike in southern Gaza. I haven't seen this video, so I mean, I guess they're saying it's from tonight. I'm not sure of that. Let's see. I believe it. That's that kind of thing is happening. I just can't verify that video. I'm also checking out some different sources for updates here. Hang on. Okay, see, this says Al Jazeera is reporting 4 Palestinians were injured in an airstrike that targeted a house in Jabalia, north of Gaza and Gaza City. Denise Horton said she saw that video on Al Gad TV. Oh, and then here is photos apparently of damage to houses. Shahab News Agency. Damage to homes due to recent Israeli raids. I think it says in Jabalia. Hold on. Oh, Timothy O'Connell. Thank you, Timothy. That's very generous of you. Thank you for your support, Timothy. Timothy says, how can I get an agenda-free TV mug? Well, generally speaking, the mugs, those are on Zazzle. So anyone who wants, that's where I get mine. Got mine. Go to zazzle.com, and then you can, there's usually a coupon there. So anybody's interested in an agenda-free TV mug, go to zazzle.com. But Timothy, you, because I mean you've donated a number of times, which I really appreciate. Timothy, I'll send you a mug myself. Just message me on Twitter and send me your address so I can send you the mug. I'm happy to send you a mug. It's the least I could do, Timothy O'Connell. But just message me on Twitter, @Lookner on Twitter. Send me a DM. Thank you, Timothy. That's very kind of you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It's very nice of you. Axlakias is kind of expensive. I can't set the price. I don't set that price. For the mugs. Certain places, certain things, certain merch you can set prices. Certain merch you cannot set the prices. I cannot set the prices there. I don't believe I can. I've tried before. Whenever I can set prices on merch, I basically set them so that like I make $1 on it or something. Like I set them as low as I can pretty much without losing money. So yeah, TeePublic is like that too. We have merch at TeePublic, and I can't control the prices at all. It's just whatever they choose to charge. Thanks again, Timothy. I really appreciate that. Timothy O'Connell, thank you. Ash says, do you know why they're still allowing civilian airlines to land takeoff from Tel Aviv airport? The risk seems a little high to me. Cheers. A couple things. When there's rockets that are fired at Tel Aviv airport, frequently the airplanes will not land there or take off, and sometimes they shut down the airport. So I actually don't think, if you say the risk seems a little high, but think about what I'm not a statistician with expertise to game out the risk. But if you just say, like, what's the chance of a rocket hitting a plane? Like, the plane's got to be pretty much taking off or landing right at the time the rocket comes in. And even if the rocket comes in, it's got to, like, actually hit the plane. Like, my guess is that when they actually calculate the risk of a rocket hitting a plane, the risk is not enough to them to make them. I'm sure that it's a significant inconvenience if allow Hamas to shut down their air traffic at their major airport, right? They don't want to do that. They don't want to give Hamas the ability to shut down their air traffic whenever Hamas wants to. So for all these reasons, that's why they're not shutting it down. It's a cost-benefit thing. But they will.